Hey you guys, would like to wish everyone a happy morning. This is Yolanda from Yology Holistic Wellness. So the reason I'm making this video or this live this morning is because I want to explain about the human experiment. The human experiment is known also as the rat race. So when we have the rat race, there are three things that are involved: scarcity, survival, and repetition. So if you've ever imagined the hamster on the wheel effect, how it just keeps going and going and going, so that is called repetition. So we actually mimic rats to the T because of our nature, our instincts, our survival mechanism, and our functioning of programming. So when you think of the rat race, it's a genetic modification for survival. And what that means is that it is the survival of the fittest, because if you're not on that hamster wheel, you are not going anywhere. You know, you have to get ahead. There's always something that you have to be better than, right? And that is a belief system that this society has really implemented on us, okay? And that if we don't go fast enough, we are not going to get the big cheese of it all. So, and making us believe that there really is limited amounts of abundance that is out there. So that's that whole rat race, okay? So when we're programmed for this, it's a genetic modification. It's been implemented throughout generations. And so this is actually what makes up, this is like an easy thing to do to us as humans that can create karmic crap. Ancestral poverty issues, or living within a poverty mindset conscious. And so when you're on the wheel, we kind of like stay on that wheel. And the next fix for that, to make it work even better, is repetition. Because when we have repetition, or as they call it, routine, we are distracted from what is going to actually like spark our interest, or like really be more beneficial to us, instead of what is ahead of us, which is like narrow tunnel vision, you know? So when you have all of those things mixed together, you have a big human experiment. And this human experiment is 3D. This is not 5D. When we come out of a place of survival, we know that we're supported for, we know that we are blessed, we know that we are magical, we know that we're alchemists. There is no rat race. We are comfortable in our own skin. We feel confident in the things that we can do. We understand that there is no competition. We understand that there is happiness that we are able to provide ourselves instead of what other people impose on us. And we don't have to have that big chunk of cheese. There's a bigger piece of cheese that's out there, that's infinite, okay? And so when you have scarcity, you go back to fear, you go back to shame, you go back to I'm not enough, you go back to competition, and all of those things. And so this is where it really sets in, because if you're not on that hamster wheel, guess what? You're not being responsible. You're not taking care of the things that you need to take care of. You're not being responsible for taking care of your family, putting food on the table, or working a 9-to-5. You're not taking responsibility for living the American dream. Guess what? There is no dream. The only dream that you should have is to be the greatest magician that you are supposed to do, okay? Alchemy. So when you see everybody else on that hamster wheel and you see them going cuckoo, 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 and everybody, let me tell you, being on that hamster wheel, I was on that hamster wheel. I know what it's like. Being on that hamster wheel is not fun, okay? I was working a 9-to-5 majority of my life until 2012 when I became a personal trainer. I was going to work every day, had the weekends off. I thought that was the American dream. You know, I thought that was like what I needed in my life. But then I discovered like all this freedom with personal training, becoming a holistic healer and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, I don't have anybody over me telling me what to do, when to do it, or micromanaging. Because working those 9 to 5, I always noticed that there was a big snowball effect. Because guess what? If you're not on a hamster wheel while you're at work, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not taking responsibility. So when I lost my business, I don't want to say I lost my business, but I closed my business back in 2017. And I thought because I was divorced, I had to have something with a 401k, life insurance, or health insurance, and all that good jazz. And I got back on the hamster wheel. And before long, all domino effects, the snowball effect started setting in. Anxiety, depression, wanting to, lower my vibrations by eating bad food, and wanting to pick up a cigarette, which I haven't picked up in 12 years. Okay? So those are the things that the hamster wheel does to us because we are in that box. We're on that wheel. We're repeating the same things over and over. So then I decided to reopen my doors. I found a place, and within 1 week, I was like, I quit. I am not going back on the hamster wheel. And so it's really important that when you are out and about, that you don't get in that hamster wheel. Regardless if it's about work, if it's about money, if it's about belief issues, even if it's about the external factors and the influences of all the political or, stuff that's going on in the world, or the economic situation, because all of that is a distraction to keep your eye on the big cheese and to make you keep running, because that's what that's what most of us, I'm not going to lie, most of us have end up doing. We see what's happening and we sit in that wheel and we're like, okay, well, we better move our butts in order to figure out or start saving because gas is going up, or because we have to, buy food before inflation goes up again. And so when you have that mindset, you are not in the present. You are in the future. You're not thinking about here or now. You are more consumed with time. And so that wheel is also related to time, because all it is a measurement that is measured by man. It's created by man in a physical 3D form to not measure the quality of our work, but the quantity of it. Because if you don't finish your work in time, how you're supposed to do it, you're neglecting your responsibilities. Your real responsibilities is the alchemy within you, being the alchemist, being the magician. So as you go about your day, bring that peace of mind that you have everything that you need. You don't need to fight or survive for it. That it is simply there for you. It's been given to you. That gift is you. The gift is not a loaf of bread or a gallon of gas. The gift is not the increment of a dollar bill or the status of your caste system or anything like that. That's a rat race. And 95% of us, or I'm gonna say them because I'm not on that rat race. 95% of them who are on that rat race will never get anywhere with that type of thinking. And you know this. So when you find yourself and you catch yourself thinking that way, go back to that peace of mind and tell yourself, I don't have to do this. Okay? So I just wanted to give you guys that little tip of information, because you know, I was just here last night and I'm thinking this is really a big rat race and we're all in competition with one another. We shouldn't be. You're so beautiful, you're majestic, you're magnetic, and you have so much potential. So I hope you guys have a great morning. I wish you guys peace, light, and love, and a wonderful day. Peace out.